Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? MasterZane here with our draft recap of the Little Oppressors League, LOL. So this is the first draft league that I have been in 3 years at least. I think it has been 3 years because I was in the YouTube Cup for the 1 year, and then before that it used to be the CPBA, but now we're back with the Little Oppressors League, small league, 10 teams I believe, 8 weeks, and then playoffs. So this is a Gen 8 draft league style format for Pokemon. So I am super excited to bring this to you guys. So today I'm just going to go over my team. So the craziest thing happened. I was looking for a league to get into, and essentially what I did was I just went to a Reddit and I looked up Pokemon draft leagues, and I found this one, the LOL, and it sent me to their Discord. I got them into their Discord, and they were like, "Are you a replacement?" I'm like, "What?" And they're like, "Are you here to replace the guy that just dropped?" I'm like, "I guess I can." He's like, "Great, we're drafting." I'm like, "Okay, we're drafting." So they had already drafted, or the person that was before me had already drafted 2 Mons, both of which I am unfamiliar with. So we got Urshifu here, and then we got Snarl. So these 2 were already on my team when I had joined the league. So essentially, I just ran with it. I was like, all right, I'll take what I'm given, and then I'll just draft the rest of my team. So I'll just kind of go over my team here with you guys, just so you know like what I've got kind of coming, kind of my thought process as I went through the analysis and stuff like that. So as you can see, we got this team, 12-man roster, and I guess we'll just start at the top. So we got Urshifu here. Apparently this one is like the inferior version of another Urshifu. So this one's the fighting and water variant. Pretty decent moveset. I mean, about the same that you would think for a fighting type moveset. Does have U-turn, which is nice. Once again, I did not draft this Pokemon. This was in the S tier, so apparently it's pretty good. I have not used this. I actually did not know this existed before. So pretty decent stats. It's got, I mean, 100 right here, and then 97 speed's pretty good too. Then really big attack stats, so that's kind of nice. And then this Unseen Fist, it's kind of nice because it just hits through protection. So that's kind of sweet. I really don't know how I'm going to play this one. I kind of, in all honesty, I really don't know. It's a weird speed tier with the 97. It's not quite 100, so it's going to get outsped by a couple of things. But then it's got the really high attack stat too, so this might be a Choice Scarf, Choice Band type of Pokemon. So we'll kind of see how this one goes. Next up, we got Snarl. Definitely a lot slower, but pretty high attacks. 120-95, so you could run a mixed. Seems like it has a pretty limited special move pool, but it does have a really good physical move pool. Leech Life is here is pretty nice. It's got Fire Punch. I would assume it's got the rest of the punches. This False Surrender is interesting. Doesn't check accuracy. Probably would want to go with Darkest Lariat though. So that's kind of nice. This is an interesting type combo with the Dark and Fairy. I would assume it's the first of its kind. I don't know if the Galar region has any other Dark Fairy types. But I could see this kind of being, I mean, it's not extremely bulky is the thing. So I'm kind of trying to figure out why this was A tier. It might just be because of the move pool and because of Prankster. So it doesn't seem like it's going to be much of a defensive mon. I guess it could be taunt, could be able to set up screens, I guess. But it might be just kind of like an assault vest type of thing, which at that point Prankster would kind of be pretty, I don't know, pretty useless at that point. So not exactly sure how to work with this mon. I'm probably gonna be a little bit hesitant to use it early on, at least until I kind of figure it out. If it's obvious that it's gonna work against some teams, I'm gonna go for it. But we'll kind of see how that goes. So the first one that I drafted was Zapdos. Actually, no, I did not draft Zapdos. Zapdos was the last one that had been drafted. So I love Zapdos. I've used it in leagues before. Speed tier, nice at 100. Good special attack stat. It can be bulky. I mean, 90, 85, 90 is pretty bulky. So definitely nice OU one. Limited move pool, but the fact that it's got U-turn, Volt Switch is very nice. I do like the Volt Turn action. Has Roost. It can be like the... it can set up screens as well. So definitely options with Zapdos. I do like this one. I believe Static is legal in this league, so I will definitely be using Static. Unless there's times where I just like can't afford to paralyze something. If I have to like burn it or poison it, then I would have to do that. But I love Zapdos. Used it before in leagues. Really good mon. Ferrothorn. I have never used the Ferrothorn in a league, but this paired with Zapdos was like nearly perfect. So I really like the synergy it had with Zapdos. Huge defense stats. Love that. Super slow, so Gyro Ball works really nice with it. Iron Barbs, obviously a really good ability. You can run Rocky Helmet. You can run Leftovers. Just a lot of nice versatility as a defensive mon. Sets up rocks. Sets up spikes. Can Thunder Wave, can Toxic. So super nice. Leech Seed is also really nice. Has access to knockoff, so that's really good too. If sometimes you need an explosion mon, it's kind of nice. Never used Ferrothorn in like league format. Used it a ton in OU, but definitely looking forward to seeing what I can do with Ferrothorn. Really versatile defensive mon. Like not a lot of things can break it. I mean, look at these defense stats. Like these are crazy. So really looking forward to using Ferrothorn. The first one that I drafted, or no, not the first one I drafted. The second one I drafted. Sorry. Ferrothorn was the first one that I drafted. Second one that I drafted, kind of going with the Fire, Water, Grass synergy with Urshifu. I went with Arcanine. Arcanine is just really nice, like very solid overall mon. Can be a special or physical attacker. Decent speed tier at 95. Not extremely fast, but definitely faster than some of the more bulky mons. 90, 80, 80 is not bad at all, especially with Intimidate. You can run specially defensive Arcanine, and you're not losing a whole lot with that because you do have that Intimidate with you. Very decent move pool. This Scorching Sands is interesting. Like now that it has a special ground type move that's not hidden power, it also has a chance to burn the target. So that's like really interesting. This is definitely a Gen 8 move that I haven't been exactly exposed to yet, but I like the moveset. Really solid moveset. Has access to Morning Sun, so you can make it a really defensive, kind of tanky type thing. Curse as well. Also has access to Extreme Speed, so that's really nice with priority. So I like Arcanine. I think it really worked well with the Ferrothorn and the Urshifu. So like Arcanine there. I went with Hoopa for the... I believe this was the 6th pick? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, the 6th pick. I like Hoopa simply because it's like it's a wall breaker for special attacking. Really good special attack. Really good special defense too. Very underrated as well. Not a great speed tier, but you definitely have the option to run Choice Scarf, Choice Specs type thing. Decent move pool. Does have access to Thunderbolt, so that's some nice type coverage. Yeah, I do like Hoopa a lot. I've never used it in league format. Usually I've had, like, the really thing I love about Hoopa is you have to prep for Hoopa, because if you don't prep for Hoopa, then you're in for a world of hurt. So I like the leverage that it gives me, whether or not I bring it all the time. It does just give me the option to, like, put pressure on my opponent and stuff like that, so that's really nice. We got a Lowland Ninetales. I kind of just drafted this. I liked the Ice type with my type synergy, and there weren't a whole lot of Ice types available in the lower tiers. I do like the fact that it has access to, where is it at? Aurora Veil. So this is essentially Reflect and Light Screen all in one. So I do like that. not very versatile in terms of move pool, but it does decently well. It's got a good speed tier at 109, just misses the 110 or the 110 mark, but it will outspeed the 105s. Got a good special defense stat. Special attack, it's not great with. You'd probably have to run choice specs if you want to be a little bit more. If you want to hit a little bit harder with it, you do have the option for Calm Mind as well, so you could run like a physically defensive Calm Mind Alolan Ninetales. Obviously, it has Snow Warning, so I have access to Hail if I need it. I'm not sure what other Mons I have that would benefit from like 100% accurate Blizzard, but if that does come up, then it definitely is an option. So this is kind of a support Mon that probably is going to have a little bit of a niche, but we'll see how that works out for the rest of the team. My Mega is going to be Mega Sceptile. With Ferrothorn, both being grass types, the Dragon and Steel typing kind of like cancel each other out. So I was really looking for like a super speedy special attacker. I did have Hoopa for like just the hard hitting special attacker, but I wanted a little bit of a different aspect to the special attacking, and I definitely wanted a special attacking Dragon. So this gave me the option with that. Obviously, it's not very versatile with its Dragon-type moveset. It's just got Dragon Pulse pretty much. Does have access to Outrage for the physically attacking, and it's got 110 physical attacks. So that's not bad either. But the speed is the biggest thing that I was going for. This thing's going to outspeed a ton of things. Has access to Synthesis, so I can heal up if I need. Has access to Rock Slide as well, which is kind of going to be nice if I run across like Moltres, Talonflame type stuff like that. Probably not as much Talonflame just because of the Brave Bird priority. But stuff like Moltres and stuff like that, stuff that's 4 times weak, that's kind of nice to have, especially on a Mon that doesn't have a exceptionally wide move pool. But that's definitely nice to have that Rock type in there as well. So I like Mega Sceptile. Never used it in League format. Looking forward to using it here. I was between Mega Sceptile and Mega Steelix. I figured that now that, well, since I had already had Ferrothorn, I really didn't need another like bulky Steel type like that again. Because at that point I would have kind of just been giving myself a really big fire weakness, and while Mega Sceptile doesn't resist fire, it's not weak to it either. So that's kind of my thought process behind that. Next we got Wheezing. And I know that Galarian Wheezing is an option, and I figure that it's a good bit better. But I still do like regular Wheezing. It is nice because it does have Levitate. It's not weak to ground type attacks. This new ability is interesting. The Neutralizing Gas. I would assume this is a Galarian ability, but abilities have no effect when this one is on the field. So if there's like, it's kind of like a better mold breaker essentially. So I'm interested to see if that's ever going to come into play. Obviously, you have the option now that this seems like it could be a meta in some cases. They're not going to test to see. Well, here's what I'm thinking. I can't remember if Levitate is shown. I can't remember if it shows that the Pokemon has Levitate. If it doesn't, then this is going to be really good because nobody's going to hit a Wheezing with a ground type attack, like just thinking that it doesn't have Levitate. So if my hunch is right about that it doesn't show up that it has Levitate, like when it comes onto the field, then I might be able to run this at times. So we'll see about that. Obviously, pretty bulky. This is like the Will-O-Wisp, like amazing with Will-O-Wisp. This is like just a defensive tank. So having Will-O-Wisp with this is nice. I can't think, other than Arcanine, I don't have any other ways to burn my opponents and stuff like that. So having Will-O-Wisp on Wheezing is super nice. Also having a Poison type was nice too. And also, like I said, a Poison type that's not weak to ground. Has access to Destiny Bond and Pain Split, so that's kind of nice. Has the ability to Toxic Stall, which is super nice. Access to Toxic Spikes as well. you can run a Black Sludge Wheezing and it can sit on the field forever. So that's kind of nice. I like Wheezing. I kind of went with a bit more of a defensive team. I do have a couple like big attackers like Hoopa, Mega Sceptile, but I definitely went with a more defensively oriented team. Moving on, we've got Lycanrock. Lycanrock Day form, probably the most inferior form of Lycanrock, but I was wanting to have another Stealth Rock mon. So that was kind of my thought process behind this. I also liked having another having a rock type that can hit hard with Stone Edge, because the flying types could possibly be a problem with my team. Not necessarily that I'm super weak to flying, but definitely wanted to have like a really fast rock type, especially with the 112 speed tier. Like that's super nice, and the 115 attack is really nice as well. It's not going to take many hits. This is a Focus Sash, choice band, choice scarf type mon. Not going to be on the field for a whole lot, but kind of just to get in there, hit something hard, and then kind of get off the field. I do like the Accelerack, Accelerack, whatever. I'm a music guy, Accelerando, that's kind of how I read it. But having a rock type priority move is also nice, especially like with the Talonflame stuff. If I have something to where I can out prioritize the Talonflame with my speed tier, that'd be kind of nice. I don't know why I'm thinking of Talonflame so much. I don't even know if anybody drafted Talonflame, but guess we'll find out. All right, moving on. We've got Claydol. I definitely did want a ground type because obviously you want that electric immunity. Mega Sceptile has the Lightning Rod ability, which is nice, but I definitely did just want to have one more electric immunity. It also has Levitate too, so also is immune to the ground, which is super nice. Very defensively oriented, as you can see. Not going to hit very hard. Does have a decent move pool. It can kind of has decent type coverage, but mostly like definitely want another Stealth Rock mon. You can like my biggest thing with this team is because since it's so defensively oriented, my defensive mons have to set up hazards for my hard hitters. So that's kind of what I'm going for with the mindset here. It can run Trick Room if I need it to. That might be decent with Grimmsnarl, and even like Wheezing and stuff like that. So it does have access to Rapid Spin too, which is very nice. I do have a couple Defog mons earlier on, and also with Braviary, as we'll see in a minute. But that was kind of my thought process behind it. It's also just a solid defensive mon. Probably the best mon that I could have taken in the bottom tier. All these things were in descending tiers, so this was probably the best thing that was available in the bottom tier that I could have taken. So that was kind of what I was going for with that. And then to round out my draft, we've got America, in the words Shady Penguin, here in Braviary. I do like Braviary, and this was kind of just a meme pick. I liked having another flying type. Actually, I don't think I have any other flying types. Zapdos. But I definitely wanted the more physical flying type with Brave Bird. And then just has access to some decent type coverage for a flying type with Rock Slide, Shadow Claw. Also with the U-turn action as well. Zen Headbutt's kind of nice as well. And then this dual Wing Beat, I don't know why this is in the competitive part of the move pool, especially since it is 90% accurate. It's only hitting 40 damage. But I guess we'll see why if I ever run it. But I do like Braviary, just as it's like one of my favorite Pokemon. Gen 5, if you can't tell, is like probably my favorite gen. Obviously I've got the Ferrothorn here, which is kind of nice. I steered away from the Galarian mons just because I'm not familiar with them. I just took what I was given, but little tidbit about me is that Gen 5 is my favorite generation. So that's my team. Hope you guys enjoyed this draft analysis. I'm going to win this thing. I haven't played in a draft league in 3 years. I have played pretty much the only competitive that I've played is random battles. So I guess we'll kind of see how it works. I've already prepped my first week, so I'll be getting that out to you guys very soon. I will be recording my prep so you guys can hear my thought process behind the math that I'm doing in preparation for my battles. So if you guys enjoyed, make sure you leave a like. Go tell your friends that Mr. Z-Dog Swag is now MasterZane, but that he is back on YouTube. And make sure you leave a comment. The other thing too, I need nicknames for all of these Pokemon on my team. So I've got 12 nicknames. We got Urshifu, Grimmsnarl, Zapdos, Ferrothorn, Arcanine, Hoopa, Alolan Ninetales, Mega Sceptile, Wheezing, Lycanrock, Day, Claydol, and Braviary. So if you guys have some nicknames for these mons, drop them down below, and I will most likely take all of the comments. If you guys have decent nicknames for these mons, as long as they're appropriate, I will totally do that for you guys, and then kind of give you that creator to viewer relationship. So drop the nicknames down below, and I'm looking forward to this. This is gonna be fun. The LOL League, or the LO League, but LOL. And anyways, so thank you guys for watching. Like I said, leave a like and a comment. Hope you guys have a great day, and stay safe out there. Peace.